Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about another very common front-end interview question. What are debounce and throttle, and when do you use them? Both of these techniques are used to improve performance, especially when events happen many times in a short period of time. Let's break them down in a simple way. In the browser, some events can fire very frequently, like typing in an input, scrolling, resizing the window, mouse move events. If we run heavy logic or API calls, every time these events fire, our app can become slow. That's where debounce and throttle come in. Let's start with debounce. Debounce means wait until the user stops doing something. A very common example is a search input. Imagine the user is typing. We don't want to send an API request on every single keystroke. Instead, we wait a little bit, for example, 300 milliseconds, after the user stops typing. Only then do we run the function. Here's a simple debounce example. We have an input like this and a function called debounce, and we use it like this. Now, when I start typing, not happens immediately, but when I stop typing for 300 milliseconds, the function runs. So we avoid sending an API request on every key press. The function only runs after the user stops. Use debounce for search inputs, autosave, form validation. Now let's talk about throttle. Throttle means limit how often a function can run. Even if the events fires 100 times, the function will only run once every X milliseconds. A classic example is scroll or resize events. When a user scrolls fast, the scroll event fires again and again. With throttle, we can say only run this function once every 200 milliseconds. Here's a simple throttle example. We have an element like this, a function called throttle, and we use it like this. Even though the scroll event fires many times, this function only runs once every 500 milliseconds. That's exactly what throttle does. So no matter much the user scroll, this function won't run too often. By the way, if you notice, we are using a closure here. That's why timeout and last time are remembered even after the function finishes. This is the closure power. Use throttle for scroll events, window resize, mouse move tracking. This is the easiest way to remember it. Debounce waits for silence, throttle limits the frequency. Or in simple words, debounce says run this after the user stops, throttle says run this but not too often. If you want a clean interview answer, you can say debounce and throttle are performance optimization techniques. Debounce delays execution until the event stops firing, which is useful for things like search inputs. Throttle limits how often a function can run, which is useful for scroll or resize events. Alright, that's it for today. If you're preparing for front-end interview, understanding debounce and throttle is a big plus. If this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.